By warning, I mean following the GDPR guidelines to prevent a GDPR penalty of 20 million euros. So in a nutshell, GDPR is a data privacy and security law to protect European citizens that was put into effect in 2018, so already 3 years ago. Still, many businesses don't meet their requirements fully, including mine. And also some don't even fully understand what this GDPR law entails. So in this video I'll share the 3 things I believe are important to follow if you're building an email list for your business and want to follow the GDPR guidelines. So because I'm switching my 40,000 email list from ConvertKit to MailerLite, I'm finally taking the time to make sure I meet the GDPR criteria. And you might say, I'm from the US and I'm not required to meet these European laws. Well, you're mistaken, because you also receive European visitors on your website or YouTube videos or what have you. So if you're collecting EU email addresses or not entirely sure if you are, you need to meet the GDPR criteria too. Furthermore, it's probably a matter of time when the US will follow similar data privacy laws. So the first step is to only ask for what is necessary. So the GDPR holds 99 different articles, and Article 5 explains that you should only ask for the data you truly need. So for example, one of the best ways to build an email list is to give away free but valuable stuff. So for one of my brands, I give away a free PDF document. I link to this giveaway in my blog post, and some of these blog posts have a 10% conversion, meaning 10% of the people reading that blog post download the free PDF document and are added to my email list as a result. So this is how my current giveaway looks. As you can see, I ask for their name, email address and their current situation. All these fields are required for them to answer to receive the free PDF. So I ask for their name so I can personalize my emails automatically. And I ask for their situation so I can add them to the proper automatic email sequence. More personalization equals a better experience for my subscribers. But this changes because asking for their name or situation isn't necessary for me to send them the PDF document. This is what they call data minimization in Article 5. So I changed my opt-in form to only ask for their email address instead of the name, email address and current situation. So my second tip is to don't add marketing permissions on the opt-in form, or stop it if you're already doing this. So one of the most common GDPR practices in email marketing is to ask for consent. So for example, the email marketing tool MailerLite has this standard opt-in form setting where you can show people these checkboxes. One is to let new subscribers choose to give consent for promotional emails and such. The other one is to give consent to target your subscribers with ads on Facebook and Instagram. So for example, within Facebook and Instagram, you can import your email list to create ads explicitly targeting your email subscribers. So this is a highly used ad tactic because it typically has a higher chance of them buying your products since they are already introduced to your brand. In other words, they're a warm audience. So if your subscribers didn't consent to this, you aren't allowed to do this by law. But do you really think people will check those boxes and give consent for you to target them with ads? If any, it will be a very low percentage of people doing so. In the meantime, I believe showing all this stuff on your opt-in form will prevent people from opting in altogether. Too much hassle and too much text to read. Again, you might wonder, but how do I get consent from my subscribers after downloading my free PDF to send them more emails after? Well, let me explain my plan. So when people try to download my free PDF, they will receive an email after downloading the free PDF. So this is the so-called double opt-in email. But instead of asking to confirm the subscription like everyone else does, I just tell them to click the button to download the PDF. So this is a good way to double check whether their email address is correct. So after they click the button, I send them another email immediately. So I explain who I am in that email and that I would love to send them much more valuable content, including special information regarding my products. So if they want more tips from me related to their current situation, they need to click one of the links in the email to let me know they prefer to receive more tips from me. So I use an automatic rule to see whether they click on one of the links in the email to describe their situation. If they don't click on one of the links, I'll wait for another 3 days and send them a last email explaining that I'm waiting for a reply to my email. And that if they don't respond, I assume they prefer not to receive any more emails from me. So after another 10 days, I will unsubscribe them totally from my email newsletter if I haven't heard back from them. I understand that this way might be a little gray area since I'm already emailing them without them giving consent. Still, I don't believe I find myself in trouble following this email marketing tactic since I'm not promoting any product. I'm just asking whether or not they prefer to hear from me again. If not, no hard feelings, and I will unsubscribe them from my email newsletter. If they do respond and do want to hear from me again, I can ask for more in the future. For example, let's assume I would like to run Facebook and Instagram ads to target my email newsletter subscribers with the products I'm selling and more free stuff I'm offering. So after my subscribers are active on my email list for, let's say, 2 or 3 weeks, I can send them an email asking if they are active on social media, because I would like to become friends if they are. So I will clearly explain that becoming friends means there is a higher chance of them seeing my brand on their social media timeline the next time they sign in. So as you can understand, the chances of them agreeing to see my brand on their social media timeline, if you follow this strategy, is far more likely. So no one will agree to marketing permissions and retargeting permissions on the first interaction on the opt-in form. But after they received our emails and believe we are trustworthy and deliver high quality content, they probably do want to hear from us again on social media. So asking for remarketing permissions is like asking someone in a bar you just met for their home address or phone number. Everyone knows that's weird and not going to work. You first chat for a bit and after a while you may ask for their phone number. So my third and last tip is to treat new subscribers as you will treat your dates. In other words, you should build different stages in being a subscriber to your brand. So this third tip expands on the last tip, the second tip, where you slowly build your relationship with your new email subscriber. So lots of brands only have one layer, the newsletter they send out one time each week. Even popular brands like Tim Ferriss's newsletter does this, if I'm correct. Tim sends out one email every Friday, but there are no other stages as far as I know. So what do I mean by adding different stages to your email newsletter? So in the earlier example, our first layer is the opt-in form, where our new email subscriber downloads a free PDF from our website. So when we do our job correctly and make a good first impression, our new subscriber wants to hear from us again, the moment we ask if we may contact them again in the future. So the same thing happens of our first date. If you like the person you're dating, you want to hear from them again. So when our new subscriber consents to hear from us again, we'll add them to an automatic email sequence based upon their situation. Remember, after they opt in, we ask them to click one of the links that best describes their situation. So as an example of how you can add different layers in your email newsletter, with my brand I host 2 Facebook live sessions each week, but there is no consistent schedule, meaning I do these live sessions on different days and at another time each week. A new layer between my email subscriber and me can be to ask them whether they prefer to receive an email from me whenever I plan to go live on Facebook, which is another consent they give me if they agree to receive these emails. So this proof of consent is precisely what you need to follow GDPR guidelines. Of course, it depends on the size of your brand and the different products and services you have, how many layers you offer to your email newsletter subscribers. You can be as creative as you want. So before you move on, I would like to hear from you, whether you already have the GDPR guidelines intertwined. And if so, what have you done to meet GDPR guidelines? Do you ask your potential new subscriber awkward questions the first time you meet them, like asking someone's phone number during the first few seconds when you meet someone in a bar? Let me know in the comments. And lastly, please make sure to click the thumbs up button and consider subscribing to my channel if you like this content. I plan to publish 2 videos every week. Thanks for watching and hopefully we'll meet again next time. Bye bye, my friend.